This song, this song, this song is pretty good. I like it.
That's a sad song.
I
Other people can hear that.
know. Oh my goodness. How?
We are live. I think we're live, everybody. I don't know if we got.
Tandra's.
No, we're gonna call you Mini Champion or Mini Champ.
Me?
Yeah, you're Mini Champ.
Mini champion?
Yep.
Yes.
Uh, let's see. Hold on. Let's see if we're. Oh, yep. Bella, she keep on pressing that button.
Oh my God!
Okay, no. Other people can hear it.
I'm gonna press out.
I don't know if there's a delay. There might be a little bit of delay.
I think.
No more sounds, okay?
Okay.
No more sounds. I need those. Thank you.
You need to buy me one too.
Buy you one of what?
Of those. Because I don't have those so I can hear the sounds.
You don't need to lose your hearing so soon.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what time it is?
Yes.
Time to get started. Dang gun Bella. What? She put this on me again. I forgot that was on me. Where'd it go?
On the floor.
Oh, no, it's gone.
What?
I don't know where it went.
I just heard that sound.
All right. Time to go play.
Play.
Yeah. I'll call you again. Be careful. All right. You go watch TV. Just keep the volume low, okay?
I'm bored. I'm gonna get my blanket. This is the only way to go. And go down.
Anybody a part of the replay gang? Thank you so much for watching. This is like my first live stream on the channel, and we're talking about trucking. Go ahead, Bella. Come on. Do as you're told. All right. We're going to be talking about AI and trucking. It's an interesting time. Interesting time. Hey, Bella. Can you please close the door for me? Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to check the audio, do everything. Man, I always eat before I do this stuff. So. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry. You guys are probably have like a double feed right there. Okay. Anyway. So if you're watching afterwards, thank you so much for watching. We are going to be talking about the world of AI and how trucking is unfortunately caught up in it. So we'll break that down in this live stream. Anybody that comes in, and then okay. So we're going to be talking about that. I got a few articles and whatnot going on here, but it's as we become more and more into this AI sphere, this place, it's starting to get a little bit more worrisome for everybody. And we hear a lot of news when it comes down to like a lot of job layoffs and whatnot. And this is my first live stream on this channel. So I want to say, I apologize. I'll get better over time. My plan is to bring more and more of these kind of videos, or excuse me, these live streams to you guys, because I've noticed that in the past, it was a lot easier, like maybe 2-3 years ago, it was a lot easier to create videos and build a community, especially when you have like a big company like when I was with them, Schneider National. A lot of people go through them. It's easy to build a an audience through that. But as time goes on and trying to figure out what do I want to do with this channel, I have some feedback from Black Faith Production, I believe was the name. Said that, hey, is this a trucking channel anymore? I said, hey, I want to kind of make it more than trucking. Of course, the home will be trucking, but I definitely want to talk about other subjects, because typically when you're put in a box, you're in that box for life. And it's hard to break out of it. So shout out to anybody that is watching afterwards or watching now. We're going to go break down how AI actually, we have a article here that Kodiak AI reports strong Q3 as driverless truck fleet doubles. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That that's worrying. This was yesterday, an article yesterday. So, key takeaways: Kodiak double its fully driverless Class 8 fleet, reaching 10 autonomous trucks and surpassing 5,200 hours of paid driverless operations. The company continues to expand commercial readiness, earning top marks in third party safety evaluations and securing a federal waiver that removes barriers to unattended roadside procedures. Kodiak ended Q3 with 146.2 million in cash, reinforcing its capital efficient strategy as it scales toward broader driver as a service deployments. The company remains on track for long-haul commercial driverless launch in late 2026, supported by customer commitments, engineering progress, and continued operational growth. So we can see clearly that the industry does not give a crap that people do this for a living. And obviously, a good example that I like to say is like, hey, some truck drivers, everybody had that jokes like, oh, you're not a real truck driver if you're not driving manual, right? For the longest, if you were not driving manual, you were no real truck driver. You were just a steering wheel holder. And now we're getting to the fact that, okay, people, after having automatics, and nearly almost every fleet is built out of automatics, now we're having a fleet having driverless cams, and these are face cams. And then you have AI, you have technology within these trucks, and some of the safest drivers, you're getting recorded. They're figuring out your tactics, the way you move, how you do it, and it's a very interesting time. And to me, it is something to be said that we are in a time where you're going to have to embrace being, or you're going to have to figure out a time, or how can I word this? We are concurrently in a time where the traditional retirement of becoming a truck driver, being able to retire from it down the road, might not be a possibility in 30 years. And this article, profitable, Kodiak. Now, I've already created a video talking about this company, Aurora. And this is a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, I believe, because I actually had bought shares of this. And so this company, self-driving freight, is here. And obviously some truck drivers are going to be like, hey, it's hard to even get into spaces. Like, nah, these trucks can't do it. And I would say, yes, we are far from complete, total overhaul of of trucks. I would say that nah, we're not in the sphere of. Let me open up the chat. I know me going live is what the heck, so I won't get stuck on that. But we live in a time where this is the development of the beginning steps of figuring out how to do it right. So it is something to be said that, hey, we got companies out here just like Aurora coming out here and creating it. We have Kodiak, which is new to me when I was doing the research. So my takeaway and my question, if you're on the replay gang or if you're concurrently here, don't be shy, is what is your opinion? Do you really think that this can replace trucking, this AI type of capabilities of these self-driving trucks? Here's my thesis. My thesis is it would be hard to replicate AI in certain divisions of trucking. I would say that food service is very hard to replicate. But you have to understand, once one company gets the idea, um, so does the others. A lot of companies want to then replicate this, save money, and then they are competing for the stockbrokers' attention. And a lot of people want to stand up and say, nah, you know what? They can't make these tight turns. They can't do New York. They can't do that. And you know, I even saw a Instagram post where the Instagram post had said, "Hey, what was it? It was an Instagram post, and it was like Waymo. It was a company Waymo. Waymo, uh, pretty much had a car and it was blocking the intersection because the train was off to the left. And so it was off to the left, yeah, and interfering. But are they going to take these cars off the road? No, they're not going to. Uh-uh. Not when a company is profitable. You have to understand that the company is profitable. Therefore, if the company is profitable, they're gonna figure out to like smooth out all the bugs. Simply put, and it's unfortunate. We want a system where we don't have to smooth out the bugs and whatnot. You want to get rid of it. You want to have people to have jobs and whatnot, and a lot of people are just like the videos I created about EBT and everything like that. They're relying on a government that, you know, they were quick to fund EBT or trying to find ways to fund it. But yet you had federal workers, TSA workers, flights being delayed. And they did not even fund that first. They said, okay, you know what? We're going to try to pass some type of law or force something, force the administration hand to give out these funds. And the priorities we think should be making sense. Unfortunately, it's not going to make sense. Me having prior military experience, I understand this. You know, it would be very strange just to get one job done and we couldn't get it done because it took so long. Absolutely so long just to get maybe a packet through. You're like, oh, okay, here's my packet. You send it up to your sergeant. Your sergeant will send it up to your first sergeant. Your first sergeant will send it up to your commander. It's been a while. And then all of a sudden it's lost. You don't even know where that packet is anymore. And this is kind of where we are at. We're at the first stages of where, hey, we have companies trying to figure it out. They got their packet together. They're starting to put their fleet together. They're showing profitability. They need to show proof. And then once they show proof, this will be a domino effect. So, you know, I don't like to come on here and not provide any kind of solutions or anything like that. My opinion. Let me turn off this. I apologize. Um, the thing is that you're going to, in my opinion, here's my opinion. You're going to have to milk it for what we have right now. Pure, blank, and simple. I think that milking what you have concurrently in this time is going to be beneficial for anybody. If you're coming into the industry, you're a brand new truck driver, you're already hearing about driverless trucks in Texas. You're seeing Kodiak double its fully driverless class 8 fleets, or excuse, a class 8 fleet, reaching 10 autonomous trucks. You're reading that. I don't want to be doom and gloom. I don't want to sit here and be the doom and gloom to this thing, but for some reason, a lot of people ain't talking about this. They're not talking about how blue collar jobs, certain ones, will be fulfilled by AI, autonomous kind of ways. It's just inevitable. You can see that the progression of AI just in such a short time. Let me pull this up. I wanted to watch this video, but let me pull this up because I have ads on this one. I'm gonna switch my account to where I'm like I don't have to do all that. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. AI progression. Trying to find a short video on this. Very short video. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what. I hope this is. So I'll just do a freeze frame of it. But you guys can see that AI in 2023, Will Smith and his spaghetti is literally just eating random air. And then now you have a clean, crisp version of Will Smith eating it. And the physics is correct. It's starting to get better and better. Now, some people are having a hard time to figure out if this is AI or not. And we had the release of Sora, where Sora really catapulted AI. There's already technology out there that is far surpassing what we probably expect. It's just that these companies cannot release it because it will blow our absolute minds. Not everybody is ready. And I don't think that the trucking industry is even ready to have this conversation where AI is going to be a part. I mean, your truck is already, if you're somebody in these mega carriers, these mega carriers already have AI. I had what's it called? Like they sent out a class action lawsuit. Apparently this class action lawsuit was because of AI tracking within the forward facing cams. These are conversations. Now everybody wants to watch. Oh, this is the crash outs. These are the crashes. This is this and this. It's good. It's good on the day to day. But on the future, if we want to talk about the future, how to protect yourself, how to prepare, you're gonna have to do multiple things. You can't just sit here and rely on the pure fact of, oh, I'm just gonna truck for 20 years. 20, 30 years. If you think that's going to be a reality for you, I don't see it. I do not see the reality of 30 years passing and trucking is the same as it is today. Not as fast as we went from manual to automatics and forward facing cams to now automated semi trucks. At best, I would guarantee 10 years, maybe even 7 years, where we might have a clean 7 years where you can enjoy trucking until it actually impacts you drastically. And I say this from a standpoint of somebody that's trucking. Sunday comes around, I'm rolling. Not a lot of people want to have this conversation. They don't want to have this conversation. I get it. So that's my first part about it. You know, you could disagree, you can hate it, you can love it. It doesn't freaking matter. But the reality is that this video will always stand the test, or this live stream will stand the test of time because it's inevitable. It's inevitable. And of course, you're going to be like, you're either going to sit back and be like, okay, all right. So what is my next step? And there was a podcast I was listening to. I was listening to this podcast, and he said the number one job that you might be safe at is plumbing. Now, even I myself said, you know what? I might want to go down the route of plumbing. I might just want to go down that route. But then I found out that plumbing ain't all that glorious, man. I saw once I went down that route of becoming a plumber, I saw a video where this dude literally just he opened this pipe. He had to unscrew it. There was no way you can't avoid this. Literally just water and straight doo-doo, just plastered. I was like, oh, at that point, you might as well just throw me away. You might as well throw me away, because so, I mean, a lot of people think they could pivot. Okay, I want to be an electrician. The average age of somebody that's in the trucking industry is in their 40s. This is typically the second career move, statistically. So, and a lot of truck drivers that I talked to, oh, I was a tree cutter. Oh, yeah, I was doing this. I did this. I did. So it's not their first option. Truck driving was a second option. And coming down to it, you have now, you have a bunch of people that are coming into this industry as a second option, as a saving grace. And then on top, let's go ahead and add the cherry to the dang gonna pie right here. The cherry to the dang gonna pie is that you don't have enough people my age, because you have young people coming in my age. Oh, nah, you ain't serious. You don't know what you're talking about. You're nah, ignore. You're bottom of the barrel. You're bottom of the barrel. I wanted to talk about unions, because I think that unions are great, but unfortunately, it really sucks at the entry. People always talk about when you get in, but they do not talk about the process. They do not talk about the process that you have to go through. It's hazing. It's militant. And some people cannot handle it. Not if they put you at the bottom rung. And I really wanted to talk about this subject. I just did not get into it. We might talk about it later. We might just talk about it later. But the thing is that, man, I really wanted to talk about the union thing. I was so close. It was in a tie between AI and union. But there's no safety. If we, you know what? Let's get into it. A lot of people rely. They say, go union, do union. And there's safety in that. I think that if you have done it like 5 or 5 years ago, yeah, there's safety. But if you get into it now, they literally are at the point, a lot of these union jobs, they're at the point where they will cut you off before you even make it, before day 90. They will wait until day 89, use you up, and fire you. Why? Because you have a lot more rights when you become union. What happens? People talk about Old Dominion. Okay, Old Dominion. It's definitely a strong company. You get paid pretty well from what I hear. But the thing is that, here it is. Want to know the thing? Is that these Old Dominions will furlough you. They will literally just cut you off when work gets low. They'll cut you off. Now you might get paid. You might just get paid. But a lot of people glorify the fact of the union, which I think that there is definitely benefits. And there's also benefits on the other side. But you have to recognize that either side, you want benefits. That's your main thing. But at this point, if we get back to the point that I made, which is if you're young, you're just coming into this industry, or if this is your second career and you're coming into this industry, you're coming into an industry that already had a hard, difficult time, just a very difficult time, trying to maneuver from paper logs to ELDs, and then had a hard time going from shifting manually to automatic. And now they're not even putting anybody. Look at this. They're not even putting anybody behind the wheel. It's all AI. It's all automation. Not a single dang gunner person in the sleeper. Why do they even mimic it? Why do they even mimic it being like a truck, having a sleeper and everything like that, if nobody's going to be behind the wheel? People have claimed that, hey, you know what? It'll be like a pilot. We'll sit back and, they're not even doing that. And I think that's messed up. Who knows how long this has been in development? You know what I'm saying? It is an interesting time, a very interesting time that we are in right now, because we're at the point that you can see on the other side, it's going to be the demise. And this is what's really messed up. This is what culminates it. You're treated like crap already as a truck driver. You're treated like crap. Not even just by your dispatcher, not just by anybody around you, your family member. Just the whole world just despises you. Not even knowing that the whole dang gunnet world has always been built off of transportation. I'm not saying semi-trucks, but the mode of transportation has always been built. Has always been a thing, and yet for some reason it's the most neglected thing. Can I speak? What is the most neglected thing? And yet you get treated like crap. And this to me is a spit in your face. Truck drivers, I mean, we're having so many issues. We're having flip-flops. We're having U-turns. We're having people coming in that don't even have a CDL, a legal CDL. Freight is falling to the dang ground. And then the non-talked about subject, AI in trucks. Why? Because for some reason, the average age of 40, people at 40 years old, let's just say this is your second career. You want to, this is your time where you want to retire. This is a job that, you know, you had a family member do. They said this is a good second career. You'll be good. And yet this is a looming major problem that you have to face. This is a reality that you have to face. And for some reason, like, okay, I don't know if anybody knows about Big Ward the Genius. Let me pick this up. Big Ward the Genius. He has his own truck. He has his own truck. Let me go ahead and bring up a video. We'll watch the video. Hardworking people. He makes a lot of videos like every single day. Oh, here it is. No. I lost my job. Here it is. I lost my job with no warning.
Today is still Wednesday.
We'll watch this.
July 23rd, 2025. Back with another episode. And this one,
it's a slow cook,
guys.
guys.
Where the inspiration came from to do this topic. This one really did something to me. It bothered me. I'm disturbed. I feel bad. I feel empathy. I feel sorry for. I feel the pain of other people.
There we go.
No, them days long gone. You got to be a hustler. I ain't telling you whether it be legal or illegal. I prefer legal, the right way. But you got to hustle. So me, I've been hustling. So even though we done lost this little thing here, I got other streams of income.
So he has YouTube. Pretty much what happened was he had he's an owner operator underneath a company, and they let I think that his account pretty much just kind of said, hey, we don't have any more work. We don't have any more work. That's sad, man. It's honestly sad. Let me see. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Let me make sure it said that I was muted. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. We're good. But this is a reality for people. And see, this is a thing. I don't want to sit here and say, oh, this won't be me. I hope to God it ain't me. I mean, there was a time back in 2020 when being an owner-operator was just the thing. This was the thing. And I'm glad, I'm starting to learn how I want to set this up. Ken V. Does anybody know about Ken V? Let's see. Ken V sold my trucks. I sold everything.
YouTube.
Back in this is 3 years ago. When was this video uploaded? 2022, right before, and some people were like, bro, why would you do that? Why would you do? Let's pull it up.
What is good? Welcome to another video, or my last video, I should say, on trucking at least.
I think he was
true.
a genius.
Y'all see the title. I sold it all. I'm done with trucking completely. No more trucks, no more drivers, no more trailers, no more nothing. I'm going to explain to you why.
He saw the way, and I'm not, we don't have to, you know what? I got time. My daughter, she's having fun. We did our thing today. I got time. Let's go ahead.
And just give you a little insight on how KNV thinks and visualizes. First things first, reason I'm getting out of trucking, I'm gonna make it very simple and clear for you. Joe Biden is in office. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's ruining our economy. It's more than Joe Biden, but I don't put the blame on Joe Biden, because when Trump was in office, they put the blame on Trump. So I'm gonna put the blame on Joe Biden. Just to give you a little insight on what my situation is. So last year around this time, I was getting about $8,000 to go from Arizona to Michigan. Woo. Now they're paying anywhere from $4,000.
Half. Some of y'all don't even understand. This is going from 4,000 to 2. I'm in some of these groups. Some of these groups say, hey, I used to be getting like at least 4,000. They're getting 1,000 for a run like that. Oh my.
6,000. On top of that, fuel has doubled. So rates have declined, but fuel has increased, which literally signals a recession in the trucking industry. So for me to stay in trucking, it was.
And he was smart. Even I was sitting back like, nah, you got truck after truck after truck. What are you doing? Don't give up. Don't throw it away. Don't do. But he was smart. And it's because you have to see things 5 years down the road. And I created a video. Let's go ahead and let's get this. Let's get this on. Cause I'm like, man, where is it? A year ago. Made this video a year ago. Come on, man. What is up, champs? Champion Trucker coming back at you with a new video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how AI is already implemented in semi-trucks, but will it go all the way to self-driving trucks? I mean, it don't even get harder than this. It doesn't. This is a year ago. Man. So when we're talking about AI and we're talking about trucking, we're talking about this stuff happening in this industry, it's only getting faster. When I made this, it was March 22nd, 2024. It wasn't that big. It wasn't that much. But we had Tesla. I reviewed Tesla. Let's look at it. We got Tesla. NBC News. But guess what? They were in the back. They were in the back of that semi. At that time, when I was reviewing it, they were in the back of the semi. And then I don't remember what part. And then this is just people talking about it in 2023. And I put down my opinion. This is a real conversation that we need to have as a trucking industry, as a entire industry. This is a conversation that we need to have because it ain't that good. It is not that good. We're seeing, oh, okay, white collar. Oh, they got cut off. Oh, they got cut off. Okay, all right, they got cut off. Nice, cool. What? But the question is what happens when they replace the runs that just go one way, bump a dock in an open zone, and go over to the next, and they bump a dock and they hit a zone? what do we do then? That's the question. And I mean, as I mentioned, I want to pivot to become a plumber. Are you ready to handle some poop? Can you splice some wires? Because this is a second or third career move. Trucking, plumbing, electrician. This is different. Even if you're trying to get union, you have better chances of being a driver union older than you do as a electrician or a plumber older. It's not typically a job that you want to go into if you're 50. Electrician, plumber. Young people when they're 18, even I'm 28 years old. I'm behind the ball if I ever wanted to move. I love trucking. But this is the reality that I gotta face. See, this is the reality that I gotta face. That trucking might not just at 20 years from now, do I get to keep doing this till I'm 20 years from? That is always in my mind, man. I'm always worried because I'm like, man, will I be able to do this? Will I get to, like, everything that I built up at this age? Do I get to keep it? Do I get to mimic what my dad got to do? Retire? Do I get that chance? That's the question that I got on my mind. A lot of these industries, not even, let's get even broader. Let's get deeper than just trucking. What about the office jobs, the leasing agent, the sales? Because I know a lot of people, they're tired of having to deal with this dang on a computer on the phone. Hey, this is an AI automation system. Press 1, press 2. I just want to talk to a human. But what happens if you're forced and you can't talk to a human? I'm watching this show called Upload. And the show Upload, it's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious. I'll definitely say it's pretty hilarious. Give me a second. I mean, it's pretty funny. But at the same time, it mimics reality. They have this little AI guy. He goes around and everything like that, and he fumbles, he bumbles. But you can already tell that if that AI decides to smart up, it can do some damage. It can do some damage. And a lot of people at first were using this as a gimmick. Oh, this is a gimmick. This is just funny. This is just a game. But we're seeing that the progression of AI it's going too fast. All right. So that's enough on my rant about AI and trucking. That's kind of like the opener bit of it. We have no hippie trucking and transportation. Shout out to him. I've been watching him for some years now. I kind of cooled off on the trucking content, but we're going to watch his 41-year-old loser video here. Could be just clickbait. We'll check it out. Let's see what he got to say. Let's see.
What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I'm coming at you from the Road Ranger in Brazil, Indiana.
Oh, shoot. He's in my state.
About 55 miles away from my drop-off tomorrow at 10 p.m. So I'm going to have a good 30-something hours to chill out here before I deliver my load. Now, a lot of people are going to complain, saying, you know what, they got too much time on this load and this and that. Listen, perfect time for me to relax and recharge. What I wanted to get into in this video was a question that was sent to me probably about 7 weeks ago. I felt I didn't need to hurry up and get to this video because the guy that sent me this video, we had a chance to talk, so I've already kind of spoke to him about this, so I kind of put it on hold for a while. It's hard for me to want to do regular videos these days. These live videos just seem so much, I don't know, I just connect with people a little bit better on that. So anyway, let's get to what his question was. Basically, what his message to me was, Lyle, is trucking a good job for a 41-year-old loser? Now, really, the reason he was saying that he was a 41-year-old loser was,
I literally just said, this is a 40-year-old is the average age. Oh, snap. 41 is the average age of truck driver, of a second career.
he was going through a divorce. He's had odd jobs for the last 5 years. His last of which was working at a local hardware store, which was having to cut his hours because they were
Oh, snap.
they just weren't making the money at the store, and they needed to scale back. So he was thinking about getting into trucking. So I had this conversation with him. I'm just going to kind of pass on the big overview of this. And one thing I'm going to say about trucking is it's the perfect place for a 41-year-old loser, or losers of any age, or people that aren't losers at all.
See, I don't even want to be associated to say, hey, if you're at rock bottom, become a truck driver. That is literally the mentality. Hey, if you're not doing anything with your life, just become a truck driver. I mean, like, why does he even got to get to that? You know what? I digress. AI doesn't matter. This isn't an important subject. Doesn't matter. All right. Okay.
And the reason I say that is trucking is one of those jobs where you can spin up from being like a rookie to like making really good money almost. I mean, in my case, I'm going to say immediately. But
I would say that, I mean, determining on the state that you live in, if you have people in your ear that'll guide you the right way, you can make some decent money. You can make about 50, 60,000 coming out the gate. Possibly even 70. Possibly even 70 coming out the gate. It's not impossible. 6 figures? Yeah, you could do 6 figures if you do food service or if you get your hazmat real quick.
let's just say within at least a couple of years.
Oversized load.
And one thing I've
I doubt that.
been fortunate to have in this industry is a lot of people that, I network a lot, all this kind of stuff, just from having a YouTube channel and just from being that kind of a person. And I have spoke to a ton of people that came into trucking.
And his thing is, yeah, he's been recording, making these videos for years, like consistently, way more consistent than I've ever been. And one thing that I definitely have to say is, yeah, when you become a truck driver and you're a YouTuber, you get some reach. You get to reach people that you didn't think you would be able to. I had what's it called? I'm Anthony TV. I had Bobby Reach, Tiki, some other, I never got the chance to speak into, but Conscious Trucker, I did talk to him. Some other ones, Tasia Woods, I only comment wise, but you get to reach when it comes down to YouTubers. So yeah, that is a benefit of it.
One of which has a YouTube channel, Driveline. He spoke about when he came into trucking, he barely had enough money to even get to I think he rode a Greyhound bus to Prime, and now he has a couple trucks running at Prime, and he struggled a little bit here and there, but now everything is good to go. But just Jesus Christ, what is up with all these people walking straight up to? Hold on a second. Give me just a second. My God.
Whoa, what the heck? Why do you look like that? Why you look like that, bro? What was he doing?
Anyway, so
Make sure you hit that like button if
That's
you're
one
watching.
example, but I know of a few other examples where people came into trucking, and these are people that I've spoke with. They came in with basically nothing, and within a year and a half, 2 years, they got $100,000 in the bank. I'm speaking to somebody specifically I spoke to, actually two people.
I mean, if you're living in the truck and all you do is literally just, hey, stash money and keep going and you're running, you don't got a family, yeah, you can do that. I'm not even lying. You can do that easy. You can stack money easy. You get rid of your car. You get rid of all your bills. You can do that within trucking. Now, here's the thing. Okay. For me, I am concurrently, I got my run, right? I'm out. I was semi-local. So I come home every few days, but I stay out because I want to, because I get more days home. And I did, we'll have the conversation about local, regional, and OTR. I think that everyone has its pluses and minuses. I definitely will give you guys a hint that local ain't all that it's cracked up to be. Some people want to claim it. If you got a good thing, good for you. But hey, when it comes down to universal and local, I think that it has its pluses and minuses. But we'll talk about that. Make sure you hit the like button. But when you come into trucking and you eliminate all your debt, you can stack up money and bread in the bank. But don't think that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and quit trucking, because that's the money that made you. You can then pivot to something where it's more manageable for your time. And so that is the thing about trucking. I sit here and I personally would love to have a special story and say, oh yeah, I have a special story. I was this and that, got into trucking, took off. That's not my story. Everybody in my family, I went to college to become a lawyer. Everybody thought that was the route that I was going to take. When I was down at my worst and I was going through a lot of stuff, then all of a sudden, wow, I was in the warehouse because I was tired of selling. I was tired of talking to people. I went into the warehouse, and then a door opened and said, hey, what about trucking? Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. So I definitely will say that, hey, you know what? He's correct about that.
The situations are almost exactly the same. Another person I spoke with got into trucking. Now this is a few years back, but within 2 years of them getting into trucking, they didn't have anything before they came into trucking, got into trucking, and within those 2 years, coming from nothing, was buying a house in Springfield, Missouri. And I think the house they were buying was like $268,000 or somewhere in that neighborhood. And, so that's a pretty good jump from being from nothing to actually owning a house.
So that should be the story that truck drivers are getting. That, hey, you can come into this industry, take it serious enough, you could turn your life around. It's a low entry, high reward, but there's some caveats. You're going to have some caveats going on into this industry. It's going to be difficult. It's going to have its ups and downs. But the reality of it, unfortunately, is that we get more people talking about the bad stuff, not rewarding the fact that this is transportation, the most needed, necessary part of the whole entire dang gunnet thing. We don't talk about that. No. We talk about the flip-flops, the U-turns, and the people that don't even have a legal justification of getting behind an 18-wheeler. And then we see that commonality, the sloppiness, the disgusting. And this is a reality. We'll talk about this because I sit here and I don't talk about anything that I haven't done. Other than it's just if it's outrageous, like criminal or something like that. But if I'm talking about like personal things, I used to be not the cleanliest truck driver in my truck. You hop in, you're like, oh my goodness, there's trash on the ground. Yes. Do I do that now? No, at the end of the day, if I have like some trash on the ground, it will be gone. It will be in a trash bag. It will be thrown away. Because it's like if you have all this mess around you, if you have this mess around you, I don't get how truck drivers have stuff in the windshield. If you do it, I get it. No, I don't get it. I really don't, because I'm more so fearful that if these things at a high rate of speed, somebody decides to do something stupid in front of me. The last thing I want to do is have a clipboard come and cut half my head off. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Anyway, so when it comes down to it, I wish that the respect of trucking is just there. Even AI has no respect. No, there's autopilot. We still have pilots behind there just in case. They don't even give a dang gunning truck driver a chance to sit in the seat. They don't even care. They say, hey, nobody's in the semi-truck. They said, autopilot? Pilots just trying to land it? They're just truck drivers. Get rid of them.
The benefit, again, to this job is it really takes no experience to get into it. You might have to thug it out for a little while, put in your dues or whatever, but the money does come pretty quick. And there's going to be a lot of people out here that are talking about how they aren't making money and this and that. I'm just saying, if my philosophy would be to take, especially if you're coming from nothing and you got a lot on the line where you can't have any missteps, just take it low and slow. Regardless of what company you want to go with, maybe look at just becoming a company driver, get your feet planted in the ground, and then kind of.
So the point, and if you guys want to watch the rest of the video, that's going to be, this isn't a video where I put everything in the description, but No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. You could definitely check them out if this is your first time hearing of them. But the point of this whole entire live stream, regardless of no comments, we got a few likes. Shout out to everybody that liked the video. I appreciate you. The point is AI, the replacement, the respect that a truck driver gets is zero. The respect, not even the fact that they're going to put a trained truck driver behind the wheel in case something happens. Nah, they said 18 wheel vehicle, 80,000 pounds. We don't need a truck driver behind the wheel. And to me, that is a spit in the face. A spit in the face. Because you have to question yourself, why am I not taking it seriously? It's because we have an overwhelming amount of people. Every time I go to the dang gun fuel station, I don't have a uniform for work. I don't have a uniform for work. But I literally had gotten, they said, hey, here's a couple of polos. We'll give you some of these. And then I used some pants that I got from a different company, and I put it together, and I have my uniform. So I know exactly what I'm wearing every single day I go to work. And I don't have my pants on the ground. I don't have flip-flops. I have my steel-toe boots on, and I go to work because I treasure the job. I care about the job. See, that's the craziest part. People are out here, and I will say this. I will say it. You're out here looking like a dang gunna bum. I was at the fuel island and I saw a man with a dang gunna pop belly with no shirt on, shorts, his butt crack out, flip-flops, the epitome of just despicable at the fuel island, burning up in the hot sun on a summer day. And you know how that is allowed? It's because they do not care about the job that they do. They don't take it with respect, and that's the problem. Truck drivers used to be respected. They used to be in awe. They used to be known for the money that they make and the trajectory that they are going towards. But unfortunately, it has been diminished to the point where they don't even want to put a dang gunna truck driver behind the dang gunna wheel. They have it self-driverless. It does not matter. We'll fuel it up and we'll figure it out along the way. That's where we're at. That is where we're at. And that's sad, man. Like, and let's get into the details of food service. Oh, you don't think food service is going to be no, they will literally train. I've been to food service, to food service, to food service. These, I would have an account on this company. 2 years later, I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and go over to this company. Wow, they traded from this company to this company. They do not care. At the bottom, at the end of the day, these companies want the cheapest and sell it at the highest. And whatever they can do, they will do it. They will be trained. And if these, hey, okay, we're going to wheel this in. No, we don't have to wheel it anymore. We have a bot that's willing to go ahead and plop it outside of your place. All you got to do is pick it up and put it yourself. But it cuts your revenue, or excuse me, your expenses by 50%. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And that's the sad part about it. The safety in trucking, is it there? No. No, not for 30 years. I don't think so. Not for 30 years, no. I would have thought that, oh, we have flying cars before we saw the destruction of the working class, the blue-collared individual. But we don't even have that. We have AI, what I thought to be as a joke. Like I use ChatGPT, and now all of a sudden, anytime I use Google, let me see. Let's go ahead and what's your thoughts on self-driving semi trucks? Look at that. Wow. Don't have to scroll over here anymore. Boom. It's right there. Right in your face. AI overview. No more needing to search for hours and hours and hours. And just imagine you were born in a world where Google, look, I was born in a world where if you wanted answers, you had to use a textbook. Yeah. Yeah, I had a little slice of that before we even had, I think when I was in high school, we got our laptops. I know some of y'all was like, man, we didn't even have laptops at all. I was still a part of the generation where, you know, you had to pull out a map anytime you go on a road trip. I still had that. And it's a destruction. It's sad. I don't want it to go this way. I don't want, let me see what kind of comments I had on the video I made. Yeah, so we had one comment. Blessing and a curse at the same time, bro, because the average trucker is 40 to 50. So once they retire, who is going to move freight? No teens aren't trying to spend weeks on the road. So that's why they are trying to make AI. Curse, because it's a big truck, 80,000 pounds behind you at a stoplight with no human at all. Now that is scary. So shout out to Genesis Motorcycle God. That was a good one. That was a good one. That's a great take right there. But does this video have thousands of views? No. And if I go over to, and if I go to this channel, 37,000 views. 37,000 views. And I'm not even gonna pull them up. 52,000 views, 37,000 views. 17,000 truck drivers lose their CDL in 60 days. Check your mail. President Trump signs historic bill. And this is the thing. And these are just entertainment videos. They're not telling you what's on the horizon. Nah. But who am I? I'm just a trucker, right? I'm just a trucker, right?
Incorrect.
Then what am I? A dum-dum? Is that what I am? Hey, Anyway, thank you so much for watching this live stream. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I know that, hey, this is new, this is fresh, this is something that hopefully I could keep going. You know, about 15 minutes in, I was like, am I doing the right thing? Should I even be doing a live stream? Is it even, what's the point? You know, I ain't got nobody commenting, but this is a thing. I think 5 years ago, something like that, I used to stream Fortnite. I streamed many days to nobody. And then I had a few people talk over probably 2-3 months. So 2-3 months I was talking to nobody. And I got my first viewer. Shout out to Zach. My second viewer. My third, my fourth, my fifth. And then I had over 100 people watching. And then I traversed over to Twitch. When I did Twitch, I was at close to 1,000 people watching. So I understand this game. I understand what you have to do. That feeling that you want to quit, nah, you just started. You got to keep going. So I appreciate everybody that's watched. I appreciate all the likes. Might be family, might be friends, might be somebody that, you know, has been watching the channel for a while. We'll talk about multiple things. Of course, trucking is the main concern here on the channel. But with that being said, I will catch all of you champs in the next one. I got my day kind